Okay, this is going to be today's futures day trading video review for Tuesday, May 9th, 2017. We said 23.99, best bet to flush lower. Okay, we're looking at a short. Essentially, this upper yellow area is down. We had all the signs that this area is down. You know, in our trading room, we'll be able to point this out. It's a very simple concept. We have, a statistical edge that has been, well, simplified and created into what you're looking at right here. It's called the axe. It projects support and resistance into the future. In other words, one bar in advance. And it's done so on whatever chart you put it on. So, with our new software that's coming out, it's not going to it's not just going to be able to plot multiple time periods or multiple time frames of higher chart frames, axe levels resistance or axe level support, but it's also going to give you these numbers at the top. Now, what we're doing is we're simplifying things. Is any negative numbers, we're just going to make them a zero. There is a little bit of an edge to understand that, this one is much weaker, than this one, even though they're all negatives. In other words, we've lost the push up, but this one is extremely weak, and you can see that eventually, this support here breaks away, right? Whereas these ones here, they were somewhat holding. But keep in mind, when we're looking at all of this, we're looking at these resistance levels up here, kind of going sideways, right? And that gives us a huge visual in terms of where we're going to lean against for our resistance. In other words, our short, right? So when we look at this from the perspective of multiple time periods, we have a huge edge up here. There's a wall being built, in other words, up here. And if we're going to get short, where we want to get short would be, somewhere up in this resistance area. For example, we'll give you the timing in the room. We'll show you where it is, the area that we would want to be bearish, in, and you'll be able to take it from there. In other words, you'll be able to do this without us, but we're going to do a room and provide this information. We've already discussed it with our members already, but there seems to be a lot of traders that don't want to jump in the water and bite the bullet of the cost, and rather than leasing to own, we're going to be switching models so that if somebody just wants to lease, which will be much less than leasing to own, they'll be able to do so. And then once they see what we know and we use, then they can jump in and, of course, own the software and get out of that monthly payment situation. Anyway, we invite you today. We have got a webinar at 4:15 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk a little bit about our statistical edges and some of the geometry that Charles Drummond created. Thank you for your interest. We hope to